Hey guys, first for Guardsman here, and today I'll be talking about a Stalker bolt rifle build for the sniper class for both Operations and Siege Mode in patch 8.0 Space Marine 2. Now the Stalker bolt rifle is one of the strongest guns in this game. It does a ton of damage to Majoras on both Chaos and Tyranids, it does a ton of damage to things like Zoanthropes, and a tremendous amount of damage to even Neurothropes, and Neurothropes especially can be very dangerous in Siege Mode and even game ending, so killing them quickly is quite valuable. Now the best variant of this gun, in my opinion, is the magazine capacity ammo reserve option, mainly for Siege Mode, because our main form of ammo regeneration on the sniper class comes from our versatile precision prestige perk, which reads: performing a kill with your secondary weapon restores 15% of your primary weapon's ammo. Cooldown is 15 seconds. Now, since this is percentage based, the higher our base ammo reserves are, the more we're going to get back on each trigger, and saving ammunition in Siege Mode costs you fewer requisition points, and the fewer requisition points you're spending, that's the more you can spend on like the heavy bot and things like even the dreadnought to push even higher and higher waves, so quite valuable for that reason. Now if you're playing in Operations, you could take the rate of fire variant because you aren't hurting for ammo as much, and this one does have an overall higher DPS, but it's really up to you and you can make the decision depending on your playstyle. Now as far as the perk tree is concerned, I do go down the top of the tree here just for pure headshot damage, and then I move down here into Great Might for more terminus damage because again, this is a great Zoanthrope and Neurothrope killer, and more terminus damage does help with that, and you also aren't like a total chump at just killing some of the Carnifex in the head. And recoupment here, killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon restores 1 armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This is really good for us to just get armor back on a class that usually doesn't have a ton of armor regeneration on its own. Now as far as the secondary goes, I always take the heavy bolt pistol because this is overall the most ammo efficient option besides like maybe the bolt pistol here, but its gun strike damage is much higher than these two. The Inferno pistol struggles to get headshots off for things like Pattern of Excellence. It also struggles to trigger versatile precision as often because it has less ammunition, so I find the heavy bolt pistol just be the best of both worlds, and I take the magazine capacity and ammo reserve options here, and for the perk tree I just build it this way. And as for our melee weapon, we do take the block combat knife, and the main reason we take the block combat knife on snipers is that this is actually your best boss damage in the entire game on this class. Kind of funny, but that's just how this class is currently set up with perks like Tactical Ambush and Adaptability. It has a strength of 16 with a speed of 6, and this speed is very fast, makes it very easy to clear out hordes and do things like skull crushers. And the biggest issue with block knives usually is that you are unable, or I should say block weapons in general, is that you are unable to get gun strikes as easily and get your contested HP back on Majoras. But with the sniper class in particular, you can just take Purification, which is manually activating Camo Cloak, removes negative status effects, and restores all contested health. This will pretty much make up for whatever like HP loss you're going to have using a block weapon. And when you stack your block weapon adrenaline charges with things like Tactical Ambush, the melee mastery here, and adaptability, your boss damage kind of goes through the roof. And your Shadow Stab on the block knife, which is your charge attack here with this perk, which is replace Heavy Swing with Shadow Stab, hold the attack button to charge it. Damage increases by 200% per 1 second of charging. All this damage goes on top of your Tactical Ambush, and you will do truly staggering amounts of damage to multiple bosses at once at times when they clump up and you're in your cloak. Really amazing stuff, which is why I've decided to take the Terminus Slayer perk up here. I will say I would probably swap over the Perpetual Strength perk here for the Shoulder Bash, because a Shoulder Bash is just way better for getting in on enemies and triggering your block charges than the standard like lunge attack is. So that's why I just kind of took this for pure damage. Like if you're going for maximum damage, this would be the option, but I think this one's like overall a little bit better. Now as far as our actual perk tree goes, I do just go into melee mastery here. Melee damage increases by 20% against Majora's level and higher enemies. This is just a really strong perk for more melee damage on your Shadow Stab. That's really why we take it for the most part. And then here we take adaptability for the same reason. Reloading while having low ammo or manually activating Camo Cloak increases melee damage by 25% for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a super long uptime, and manually activating Camo Cloak for your Tactical Ambush is happening pretty much every time, so super good perk for that reason. Next perk we take is Iron Grip. Weapon spread and recoil are reduced by 20%, and range damage against Terminus level enemies is increased by 15% for both snipers and Stalker bolt rifles. This is part of the reason that your Stalker bolt rifle is just incredible at tearing apart Neurothropes, is because you have all of these headshot damage buffs on top of the fact that you have like Terminus damage buffs to it. This is a really good perk, and honestly I just like this for the bolt sniper as well, and well, of course I do, because this is the only perk in this tree that works on the bolt sniper and Stalker bolt rifle, so kind of a no-brainer. And now the team perk we we take here is also a no-brainer. Squad renewal. A headshot kill restores ability charge by 10% for any squad member. If you don't have this, getting back your camo cloak is going to be a real pain in the ass. And you could also take renewal instead, or like pick something else, or just stack these if you really wanted to. But purification is very, very powerful. So I would like not really suggest doing that if you just want to take this. But like, I guess if you really want to take like marksmanship or precision targeting, even you could for more extremis damage, like zone throws or something. But these perks both not particularly good. I would just stick with this. Now purification here, manually activating camo cloak removes negative status effects and restores all contested health. Very, very powerful perk. Definitely an S tier perk for sure. And this stacks on top of Emperor's Grace here, which is when camo cloak activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds to make you pretty much invulnerable and gain back all of your HP for 2 seconds. And this invulnerability here makes it so that you are completely immune to knockback. This is like a proper knockback resist perk as well. These 2 seconds make it so you don't get hit by anything. It doesn't matter if it's like a Hellbrute swing his hammer right through you, you will not be knocked back. It is a better form of knockback resist than the actual knockback resist you get from things like this, the no knockback effects. So pretty much an S tier prestige perk as well for that reason. An amazing synergy here. There's also an amazing synergy here with Tactical Ambush, which is the first melee attack that breaks camo cloak, deals 150% more damage, mainly because the Stalker bolt rifle is like, you know, it's a DMR type weapon. So you're unlike the bolt sniper or last fusel, you don't have to take the targeted shot perk here to get a 75% increase to the first shot that breaks your camo cloak, and you can just take a melee perk with like no worries at all and still get the full benefit of your primary. So Tactical Ambush, very meta currently, because this one just does tremendous boss damage, tremendous damage to extremis, pretty much tremendous damage to whatever happens to be unlucky enough to get caught in your shadow stab. Next perk here is kind of up to you. You can take Persistence, which is when Camo Cloak deactivates. You take 20% less health damage, do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This is a very powerful perk. This is also like the only no knockback on this entire class besides the Emperor's Grace 2 seconds. However, since there's kind of like a negative synergy here where this is only active for its no knockback for like 8 seconds because this one's already taking up 2 seconds, you aren't getting like the full effect of this if you have Emperor's Grace, but like this version is better anyways. So 8 seconds of like okay knockback resist and 2 seconds of god tier knockback resist is pretty good, and a 20% health damage reduction is also quite strong. A lot of people also like lingering concealment. After performing an attack that breaks Camo Cloak, you remain hidden for 2 seconds. This is by no means a bad perk. You can take this if you want to. It can be good for getting people up with your reviving, it would be better for reviving people at times, especially in siege mode, especially since Guardian Protocol is in like the worst tree ever, where like giving up your tactical ambush or targeted shot for this is just not worth it at all. And lingering concealment can help a lot by just letting you break your Camo Cloak and get people up without draining the entire charge. So that is quite strong, but like both of these are really good options. And this perk here, Ambush, just kind of sucks, so I would never take this. Same thing here with these signature perks. Evasion sucks ass. This one needs like a 5-second cooldown, I'll be honest, or just no cooldown, because going into Camo Cloak back and forth just sounds like fun on like perfect dodges, and that would be a very interesting playstyle for Sniper. And honestly, giving up your Melt-A-Bomb is like more than enough of a trade-off to make this very good, or make this have no cooldown in my opinion. But, you know, I digress. Next perk here, Emergency Override. When you receive lethal damage, Camo Cloak automatically activates without spending a charge. You become invulnerable for 5 seconds. Cooldown is 180 seconds. This perk is just bleh. It's like, it's whatever. It's not very good. And 108 seconds is a very, very long cooldown. This class already is amazing at surviving with Purification and Emperor's Grace. And then down here, Pattern of Excellence, performing 3 consecutive headshots, restores equipment charged by 1. Cooldown is 30 seconds. This is just a must pick. This is your horde clear. Like, this class seriously struggles with clearing out hordes of enemies without this, and this is a 30-second Melt-A-Bomb that you get back very easily with the headshots on your secondary or even your primary. So Pattern of Excellence is just the, the 30-second Melt-A-Bomb loop. You know, you have a problem, Melt-A-Bomb it, repeat. And that's pretty much the entire class. Anyways, guys, that's all there is for this build. I'll show a bit of gameplay of this on Operations. I did play through one because this is an Operations build as well. And I do want to say that a lot of people ask me in the comments, like, oh, what builds work for Operations, and like which ones are for Siege? Anything that is good on Siege is going to be good in Operations, because Operations are overall easier sometimes, because true solo operations can be more difficult on the bosses because you're alone, and the bosses can be a little bit more deadly, and they do like to spawn meaner enemies on you at times, and you get fewer resources. But for the most part, the builds are interchangeable because these classes operate in pretty much the same way, and most of the items and effects that scale down is only because the enemies are fewer in the Operations, and not really because the actual effects are bad. So things like Plasma Pistol are so good in Operations too. Anyways, I digress. Here's the gameplay. Enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like content like this, subscribe for more.
Oh, I actually have to try.
I thought it was operations gonna be easy. I forgot I put myself into a truce, so why would I do that to myself? Oh, fuck, this shit's kind of hard. What was the well, that doesn't hit me. And my cloak back. What we need.
Stealth ready. They shall not see. Out of ammunition. Active camouflage charge. Our targets never stay hidden for long.
I went back to the ammo cache. So epic. Alright, he's gonna do his big wave, but I don't think it'll reach me over here, and if it does, GG. I'm going to bed.
Precisely what we needed.
Yeah, just stand right there. Yeah, do that. Perfect.
Fester and rot. Not abomination. So approach. Strike it down with it. Rearming. I've seen that I stopped my target. Meteor line cloak ready.
The freaking Space Marine's gonna roll, true.
We made short work.
Well. That was annoying. I'm like sitting here just chilling, and then it's just like, oh yeah, wait a second, I forgot. I have the boss, and I only like one. And this game actually gives you no stims. You know, I'm gonna be real, I think maybe wave 15 in a group is just way easier than this because you can spend all your points and just slop around the whole time and be fine. Guess we have our base damage buff now. We're at the loadout station soon though. I should probably grab a relic though, shouldn't I? If I can find one.
We stand triumphant over the
At least I know if the next thing I come across is almost guaranteed to be a stim because I'm so low. Who baited me into that Dalek conversation? No way, it was me. That's not the point. Let's alright. The relic. True.
rearming. Only one way in. A choke point.
Let
We
us.
should not linger.
Why did I
Objective
pick
on the
such a
other
difficult
side.
mission to go to bed on? If I die, guys, I'm just going to bed. Let you know.
The machinery here lies dormant.
Say it right now.
Their numbers are no match for our trade. Replenishing vitality. Card effects. Put it down. Active. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Changing magazine. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Rearming. We have stealth ready. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Video line cloak ready. Inserting fresh magazine. Video line engaged. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Zoanthrope approaching. Viscera is everywhere. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Synaptic servants active camouflage charge. I am a phantom of death. Conditions here. Readying next volley. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Stealth ready.
On the bright side, this current effect doesn't have extra spawn on him.
Inserting fresh. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Reloading. Unseen, I stalk my target. Fortress until the entire system is activated. We launched that cystic Xenos monstrosity. Video line cloak ready. Cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated.
What a pain.
Tyranids have no mind for tactics. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Active camouflage
Well,
charged.
that was probably the hardest part of the map. But now we don't have any sims anymore. That was fun. Certainly, certainly. Hold on, let me check this. See, what is this difficulty? This is just absolute. By yourself. That was a double boss spawn, though. That was like we got both of them back to back, so now we're done with that.
We cannot enter
They're all
the
dead
fortress
now.
until the entire system is activated.
The final portion here can still suck ass, but probably not as bad as that.
Inserting fresh magazine.
Dang.
Blessings extended to the slumbering unit. Awakening has begun. Attention, ministers. Communication with console halted. Biological impurity detected. Invasive material must be removed prior to resumption.
We must search for where this invasive material has made its home. Fester and rot in Xenos abomination.
I have to go over here for it. Okay.
Stealth ready. Reload. I would say we have found our invasive material. If we are to fix this, we must destroy the spawn lines. But second wave headed toward us. The galaxy is a better place than being. We eliminate the source, we eliminate the obstacle. Alien bioform eliminated. Remedying the Tyranid infestation will grow.
Hey.
Matter no longer detected. System accessible.
We did it. We also got a nice melt-a-bomb there, though. That was nice. 2 for 1, exactly.
Changing magazine.
Where is this thing?
Union investment complete. Ministerial authority accepted.
I'm not getting shit on by a bunch of hormigons after. Oh, if I walk into the fucking bramble, I certainly will.
Active camouflage charged. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated.
I'm not gonna fight all those bosses and then die to hormigons and bramble. No, thank you. I don't think so. Alright, where's this,
Video line cloak ready.
Is there a cache?
We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. I have eyes on the fireball. Super. Rearming. Delta bomb prep everything.
There we go. Oh, and a stim. How lovely.
The entire system is activated.
I'm gonna check for the, Wow, it spawned a trifecta on me. See these hormigons in this game, I swear to God. Get down, Mr. President.
Phantom of death.
We're the champions of it.
We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated.
My,
Our adversaries are keen to lose it. Inserting fresh magazine.
oh, thank God.
This could alter the course of our battle. That's nice, quite hot. We cannot enter to the fortress until the entire system is activated.
Can I just not have to deal with an enraged guy after an enraged guy? That's all I ask.
Active camouflage charge.
That's probably go to bed.
Radio line engaged.
Guy's keeping me from a peaceful sleep.
Fester and
Alright, let's go up here. So we have the Guardian Relic now. I'd use our stim, but I use the stim there because mainly if that enraged warrior slapped us with the if that enraged warrior slapped us, we would have instantly died at HP. That's why we took the stim.
Active camouflage charge. Synaptic servant slaughtered. Changing magazine. The consoles are active. Open the door. Ready. Their numbers are no match for our trade. Active. The consoles are active. Open the door.
There's a headshot friendly.
Inserting fresh magazine.
Alright, well. Nasty bomb, I know, dude. This is hell. I'm gonna go play Splitgate 2. Is that gonna be good? Should I play that game? Maybe technically speak for the engineer of TF2 and not Gothic. That would be kind of neat.
We live. Xenos die. Perfect balance.
This is definitely a harder one. Every now and then the game will send a ton of spawns at you. Like, not all the matches are the same, and operations sometimes very difficult when it decides to be. Or it'll send you like an above average difficulty.
We cannot backtrack.
But at least we have the 2 boss spawns out of the way.
A Xenos stealthily tried to ambush us. The lictor. Readying next volley. Our targets never stay hidden for long.
Bang. Alright.
Inserting fresh magazine. Take all you can carry.
I'm just gonna go beeline it. I have to like searching around for stuff. We have a Guardian Relic, so we should be fine. I guess I'll check the box. I'll check the box. Okay. Armors, okay.
Changing magazine. They shall not. Stealth ready.
This build's pretty good, so I'll make a video about this. Despite playing it while I'm like half asleep.
Melter installation done.
That's big sad. That's big sad. Oh, that's extra sad. Alright, come for it. Come get it.
Perhaps they seek to choke our river
Get
till we're
fucked.
dead.
Chat, what do we rate that? Chat, what do we rate that? Just out of curiosity, how do we feel about that shadow stab I got? I'm pretty proud of that. It's like that's probably the best shadow stab I've ever had. I'm not gonna lie. So like, I would like to know. I was like at least an 8. That's at least an 8. Okay, I'm just checking.
Additional pressure.
I don't think I've ever had one. Like, I mean, I'm actually thinking it's gonna come to me if I'm being honest.
Focus fire on the Tyranid gunners. Hostile backup on the way. Eyes up, runners. Xenos descending. Reloading. Amelioline cloak activated. Eliminate Xenos. Fester and rot. Xenos abomination. Readying its folly. There is a lift sniffing around.
Oh, that was almost bad. Oh, that was bad.
Active camouflage charge. Inserting fresh magazine. Spore mine spotted. Their numbers are no match for our trade. Rearming. Amelioline endgame. Shoot them. Alien Amelioline close ready. Tyranid Biolore executed. Xenos Viscera is everywhere. Synaptic servant slaughtered. Precisely what we needed. Readying next volley.
It's been a long match. I can already feel it's been long just from the extremists I've killed. It must have been 20 plus,
A
easily.
most impressive cleansing, brothers. This lift is our way to the cannons.
Alright, to work a bit. Give me a moment, chat. Take it easy over him.
They will come at us from all
That shadow
sides,
stab was a
and
6 on
we
the
will
Zambit aim scale. You don't aim your fucking knife in this. The Zambit aim scale it is absolute. It's true.
picking up equipment. Be mindful of not just its size, but its weapons, brothers. The defensive cannons will terminate it. I am a phantom of death. Alien bioform eliminated. Active camouflage charged. Inserting fresh magazine.
You are near the last cannons. You will need to find the manual controls to operate them.
I see the console you speak of.
Wow.
I stalk my target.
Get fucked.
Their numbers are no match for our trading. Stealth ready. Weapon console. We must use it.
Alright.
Defensive cannons active. Targeting system non-functional. Initializing secondary system.
It cannot shrug off our cannons. The Titan fires at us.
The server's gone.
Avoid its contamination. We have landed a powerful blow.
I remember this first came out. It was such a cool mission. Minus this part. And minus all the bugs. And minus the tight formation thing. But besides that, it's great.
Engage auxiliary generator to resume firing.
Rearming. Generator ready. Ready to fire.
Auspex and Fortress communication disrupted. Return to console for reconnection. Servers
Titan fires at us.
synchronization complete. Cannons ready.
Keep light between you and the Xenos. We have landed a powerful blow.
This is the worst portion of the mission, though, for sure.
Amelio line engaged. It cannot shrug off our cannons. We have incoming. Time to end. Stay back from the.
Alright, you know, if he doesn't want to send any more guys at me, I'm totally fine with that.
Cannons.
Because I ain't a fan. I'll take an armor boost from her, I guess. Look how predictable the AI director is in this game. Let me just trap him right here.
This one is ready. Cannons loaded.
Fortress control has been disrupted. Re-establish server skull and system communication.
Alright, finally it's over. No enemies. This portion of the map, this part has been bugged since, like, the PTS is pretty good. Alright, that's that.
Xenos weapon.
That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Why the hell did no enemy spawns? What happens since the PTS?
Take
Yeah, true solo. They just fuck the enemy spawns up so hard. So it's also happening in groups in the PTS, but whatever, guys. That's a wrap. That was harder than I thought it was gonna be. I'll be honest. That was harder than the triple Hellbrute fight. The game ran enemies. Maybe we all know that's not true. The true solo spawns they have in the main game, they are funky in the ops. Not in siege mode though. It's exactly the same. Is this hard or normal? It's fucking absolute. There is no. What does that mean? I'm even playing siege mode right now. 23 extremis. That is above average. Ton of warriors.